Hey guys, it's Roscoe, and on Space Couch Say it was May the 4th yesterday. I was a little bit busy to get around to doing anything for it, but I thought I would show you this. The Illustrated Star Wars Universe, art by Ralph McQuarrie, text by Kevin J. Anderson. Obviously, he did a lot of the old EU novels, and Kevin J. Anderson. And obviously Ralph McQuarrie is very well known. Now, I thought I had this already, but when I was looking at it, I'm pretty sure this is what they use for the Art of the Empire Strikes Back or something like that. Because when I flicked through it, I didn't recognise the images in there. So let's have a look at some of it. So, obviously, look on the Tauntaun. Yavin, or rather the moon of Yavin that they have their base on. That bottom image is very well known, of course. The top one looks like it must be from Revenge of the Sith, Attack of the Clones. Early art for A New Hope. That'll be the Stormtrooper and the Spy. These kind of look like, not Ugnaughts, the other one, the Pigmen. What are they called? I forget. The ones at Jabba's palace. One of them looks female. It's also very nice there. You see in the middle here the gateway arch. And that will be, what do they call those big creatures they have on Tatooine? The ones that are elephants in disguise, whatever they're called. Let's see what else do we have. There is that image. So let's see where that was actually from. See two people here. Didn't see that in the smaller insert. Let's see. Oh, it's a crate dragon, which obviously we saw in, was it the Book of Boba Fett or the Mandalorian? Very impressive creature it was too. And there is the Tusken tribe. This is now Coruscant. This looks very much like it's straight from the end of Revenge of the Sith. But obviously Coruscant was going to feature in the original trilogy, in the original drafts of the scripts. But I think it had a slightly different name. And, you know, I think we'd probably see some of this style of architecture and background in Andor, Seasons 1 and probably in Season 2 as well, I expect. This has, in fact, been shown a couple of times. It was shown in, not Andor, it was The Mandalorian, but the episode that was about the scientist. It was there, and this has also been in the Clone Wars with Ahsoka in there. Shuttle that has landed. Assume that's meant to be the Jedi Temple. Dagobah. But obviously we've seen these spiders not only in Rebels but also in The Mandalorian, or versions of these. They're a lot more frightening looking in live action than in animation. I'm not sure, it looks a bit frog-like, doesn't it? And we have a very nice flying creature. Flying creatures, I should say. This Hoth. There is Han. Is that Rebels or Imperials? It's Echo base. There's a Tauntaun cabin. More of the ice world. See there. There's a giant space slug, the Exogorth, is it? I forget the exact name. Endor. That's nice. I like that. Nice and simple. Ewoks. Now, I like this visualization of the Ewok village. Other Ewoks on the coast, perhaps this is how they live. Again, it's reminiscent of that Coruscant, those conical pyramids where Ahsoka had been, and it was in Mandalorian season 1. It has that sort of style, but much more rustic. There is more like Bright Tree Village. Oh, there's the giant. That is from the Ewok movies. Or it appeared in the Ewok movies. They're pulling a cart there. Ewoks developed wheeled technology. Now we're on Bespin. Lando. The classic image. Which is, of course, the one that's on the front cover. Some of the other collecting stations, refineries of the Tabana gas. Actually, it's on one of the refineries because Bespin's a gas giant, it has no surface. Version of that. Always loved this style of architecture. Now, I've seen this painting many, many times over the years. Well, it's absolutely beautiful, Bespin City, isn't it? Tried to make it out of Lego so many times when I was a child. Could never quite get it. And there we see, obviously this is kind of in the film, a fashion where Han and Leia are inside that apartment. There's one of the pilots patrolling around the city. It's very nice also. I don't know what function these form, if there's like navigation buoys or what. Now we're on to Yavin 4. I always loved the design of that temple. Well, this is a slightly different iteration of it, of course. The throne room sequence, where later in the comics, Dr. Aphra has she's on the run from the Imperials, and a lot of it gets damaged. The back wall gets destroyed. There's that image. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that the same one we saw previously? I'm not certain. Might be a slightly different version of it. Yes, this is much more like the temple we ended up with. That also is showing up in Rogue One. I assume it's in Andor as well. I haven't seen any of season 2 yet. Now, famously, in the old canon, that temple, there was a Sith spirit underneath it. Is it Exar Kun? I don't think it's Exar Kun. One of the big bads from the ancient past of Star Wars. So Shen never did anything with that sort of portrait. There's more of the construction on that planet. Alderaan. And obviously Rebels had a lot of imagery that was similar to this, that they took those landforms from, the rounded, eroded rock. Some of their various ships. That's about it. Just a bit more of the landscape there. Again, this was used in Rebels. What is this? Interesting. Again, this was used in Rebels. I mean, in Rebels, this is Capital City, and this is the tower that Ezra lives in. But here, what is it? It's Terrarium City, I think it's called. The tall pinnacle towers of Terrarium City stretch high like needles, giving the underground inhabitants a chance for a view from a height. Interesting. Oh, and then we have similar. Is that the sea they're rising from? There's the city. Very beautiful and elegant. And that might be the last one. Yes, that is the last one. So, yes, the illustrated Star Wars universe. I mean, Ralph McQuarrie's art is amazing, of course. And not just for this franchise, but for so many others as well. And it certainly was one of the things that always drew me into Star Wars, were those images. So there you go, guys. Slightly belated for May the 4th, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this content. Leave me a comment suggestion for a upcoming topic you'd like to see discussed, or like the video.